All right, and we are back. 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 Welcome. All right, and we are back. And today we're back with another reaction video. And guys, it's been a while, since I did a science-related video, and I definitely wanted to get back to that. So we're here again with another Kurzgesagt video. Yes, the amazing people at Kurzgesagt. I can't wait to get to this one. This is going to be an interesting one because this is about being sick. Apparently, it's about how being sick doesn't feel good, but apparently it is really good. Now, I already feel like I understand the sentiment behind this. And again, I do have to, just to clarify, I am not Kurzgesagt. I'm not creating these. I'm just really good at understanding them, and I'm explaining them to you guys who don't get it, and you just needed to watch my channel of all channels to understand it better. So I am here for you. So yeah, I'm assuming that this is going to be about how like being sick feels horrible, but then like in the body you're getting better at all moments. So it's like you're constantly, it's a really good thing to be sick if you do get sick. Being sick, I'm sure, is it's a sign your body's fighting back against the virus. So we're going to go ahead and get into this, see how correct I am, whether it's 90% or 100%. I'm assuming it's somewhere in that range. With that being said, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to Kurzgesagt. Link will be in the description below. Again, I am not Kurzgesagt. We're two separate entities. I am just really entertaining and hilarious. But with that being said, also make sure you subscribe to this channel, like, comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff, because you never know what I'll put out next. And I do have to mention this. If you guys are new here, I just have to mention this. If you guys don't like, comment, and subscribe, more importantly, subscribe. YouTube themselves will come through that door right over there, and they will. Fever feels horrible, but it's actually awesome.
Fever feels bad, so we take medication to suppress it. But is this a good idea? It turns out fever is one of the oldest defenses against disease.
Guys, I don't even have to say it, but you know how accurate I was. So we're going to move this over to the 100% correct category. So if you see my hand, it goes right over here. That's the 100% right category. We might move that over later, but for right now, I am 100% correct. Come on, guys. Give it up to me.
What exactly is it? How does it make your immune defense stronger? And should you take a pill to combat it?
Okay, this about to be some real information right here. Should we take Western medicines?
Heat of life. On Earth, life is able to thrive between the extremes of -10 degrees Celsius in deep, cool pools and 120 degrees Celsius in thermal vents. Step outside.
That's pretty hot.
At this range and die. Every animal or microbe has a temperature range that's ideal and one that's stressful but survivable for a while. Your ideal temperature is where your cells work best, where their internal machinery is the most efficient, and the animal as a whole the best adapted to its niche.
Wait.
Humans are warm.
That's a Celsius?
Blooded animal, and the animal
I need to go back.
is where your cells work best, where their internal machinery.
Guys, 37 degrees Celsius. I am American. So, editor, throw in the conversion for the American audience as well, and for myself later on. Thank you.
Is the most efficient, and the animal as a whole the best adapted to its niche. Humans are warm-blooded animals, and our bodies expend a lot of energy to keep us around 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit.
Editor, disregard that previous editor's note. You don't have to add that because he just said it in the video. So guys, if you didn't listen, 37 Celsius is 90 something Fahrenheit. I believe he said 98.
which seems wasteful, but this may actually be a defensive adaptation. Our temperature makes us almost entirely immune to one of the worst killers and parasites, fungi. Most colder animals and their insides are infected by them, but you are just too hot. Which brings us to fever. For any microbe that wants to infect you, your body is a world they want to conquer. Fever is defensive climate change pushing an invader outside its ideal temperature range and making the world horrible. It evolved at least 600 million years ago and is widespread. Most animals increase their core temperature when they're sick. Fish swim into warmer waters, lizards bathe in the sun, bees heat up the air inside their hive.
What I've never heard of bees getting sick. I'm sure there are plenty of bee diseases, and I'm sure there's some animal doctors and animal scientists out there who will be like, what, you never heard of bees getting sick? No, bro, I haven't. Now that I know, this is good information. And it's like, I don't know why it didn't click to me that every animal gets sick, but again, that wasn't even part of the thing that would move me out of the 100% right category, is it? When you really think about it. So I'm still 100% in the correct category. This is just new information to me that I didn't know. But honestly, if I were to really give myself a real opportunity to think about this, I would have already assumed bees got sick. I don't know why I just didn't. That just wasn't in my wheelhouse to cover yet. But animals get sick, guys.
But you, warm-blooded mammal, you have way more drastic options. Let's make you sick and see what happens when your blood turns into lava.
Guys, this is interesting, but I'm now in my head, in this part of my brain, I'm thinking about what a fly who's sick looks like. I just want to know what they be doing when they sick. Do they just still do the same stuff? They only be living for so long, but like what they be, what does sick fly look like?
You're invaded by bacteria and viruses at the same time. The invasion is powerful and you need to slow it down as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Fever is part of your first line of defense, triggered by a diverse group of chemicals called pyrogens, the creators of heat. They float away from the battlefield and pass right into your brain, where specialized receptors pick them up and crank up your internal thermostat.
Okay.
First, you begin to shiver. Your skeletal muscles contract really quickly, which generates a lot of heat in your core. At the same time, usually the blood vessels near your surfaces contract and prevent heat from escaping through your skin. Your skin cools down while your insides burn. Fever is a systemic body-wide response.
Now, this is one of the most interesting feelings in the world. I will say that. I hate it, but at the same time, it is so weird. It could be the middle of the summer and all of a sudden you're just like, I need like 4 blankets on me, but also I feel hot. It's crazy. You're sweating, but you're cold. It's like your body, it feels like you're like going through withdrawal or something. You don't want to do anything. You just want to stay in the bed all day. Man.
And is a serious energy investment for your body. You burn about 10% more calories to stay alive for every degree centigrade your body temperature rises.
Okay.
Fever is also a strong order to lay down and rest, to save energy and give your immune system time to fight.
True.
Back to the battlefield. When the bacteria entered your body, they tried to be stealthy, but now they've switched into high production mode. Their goal is to multiply as fast as possible, which means they need a lot of resources and are highly stressed. Imagine running a marathon while eating a succulent Chinese meal and giving birth. The last thing bacteria need right now is more stress. So your immune system tries to stress them out as much as possible by ordering inflammation, which floods the battlefield with fluids, attack proteins, and soldiers. Pretty stressful. Fever is even more stress. For the bacteria a moment ago, the temperature range was pleasant. Now the world burns. Heat can cause their organs to break and the membranes to rupture, damage their DNA, and diminish protein production. They are seriously suffering from the heat. Why doesn't this affect your cells? It does. All of this is stressful for your cells too. Virtually every system and organ of your body works worse during fever, except one, your immune system. Neutrophils are recruited faster, macrophages and dendritic cells are better at devouring enemies, killer cells kill better, and so on. and fever animates your immune cells to gobble up the
Guys, do you remember that anime? I don't remember what it was called, but there was an anime about cells. And it was like a group. I know there was like a white blood cell. He was pretty cool. There was like, it followed this red blood cell while she was doing stuff around the body. It was a pretty interesting show. I think it was on Netflix. If you remember that, let me know. I don't know why. It just made me think about that because they had like a really cool battle scene too against some creatures. I think I only saw season 1. So if you guys saw season 2 of that show, let me know.
critical resources your enemies need, like iron, glucose, and glutamine, turning the battlefield into a food desert. The viruses that infected millions of cells are doing even worse because they're also very sensitive to heat. For example, the rhinovirus that causes the common cold can only infect your respiratory tract because it is significantly colder than the rest of your body, even without fever. The heat is also really bad for the millions of cells that are infected by viruses at this point. They are working super hard producing viruses, which is pretty stressful. As the heat becomes too much to bear, the super stressed cells panic. As their internal machinery is breaking and failing, they quickly produce billions of heat shock proteins, or HSPs, that start repairs, keeping them alive. But this is a trap. Even your healthy cells produce HSPs to deal with the heat, but if a cell makes too many of them, this means it's more stressed than it should be. And if it's too stressed, something is wrong and it should be killed. So your natural killer cells and killer T cells are activated and attracted by HSPs and start killing infected cells and all the viruses inside them. By trying to protect themselves, infected cells are calling out to be destroyed. But if fever is such an effective weapon, why don't your enemies adapt to it? How?
You know what? That's a good question, but that would suck, and that's going to make super viruses. That's probably what the medicines, he's probably going to talk about how the medicine eventually makes the viruses themselves stronger. So let's see about that. So right now, my theory, he's going to say how medicine is going to make viruses stronger over time. I forgot to put that, over time. So I'm still 100% right about the first fact. Will I be 100% right about the second part? Or, you know, there may be, okay, guys, there's a low possibility that I'm wrong. But also, there's still like a 90% box. There's like an 80% box. You guys get it.
Why is it still viable in so many different animals after hundreds of millions of years? A wild reason is that fever actually might outsmart evolution. If your enemies survive fever long enough, natural selection changes them. The individuals that are better suited to deal with heat reproduce more. After a few days, they've adapted. But this becomes a handicap because the next step is to infect new victims in new bodies, and now healthy humans are too cold for them. Not impossible to infect, just harder. And the heat-resistant microbes now compete with their cousins that like it colder and have an advantage infecting healthy hosts. This creates an evolutionary dilemma without a perfect solution. To circumvent this, serious pathogens like measles use hit-and-run tactics. The measles virus is the most infectious right before your fever hits with full force. It's brutally beaten back once your full immune response shows up, but by then, the damage is done. Fever is an effective part of the puzzle of your immune system, helping to attack and stress your enemies from as many angles as possible. But if fever is so great, why do we stop it when we're sick? Should you fight fever with medications?
Guys, let's see.
We think it's normal to have magic pills, but relatively harmless over-the-counter pain medication like aspirin or ibuprofen only became cheap and widely available in the last century or so. Going to a pharmacy to get something for your headache is extremely new in human history. Pain feels bad, so we've gotten used to stopping it when we feel it. If you're sick, you're supposed to feel a reasonable amount of pain, so you lie down and save energy. This is not a bug, but a feature of your immune system. But pain and fever are closely connected, and over-the-counter pain medication like ibuprofen and paracetamol also work against fever. Especially in children, fever is often suppressed by worried parents or doctors, sometimes because they think fever itself is the disease.
All the game references. First y'all do Pokemon, now y'all doing the Mario Tetris game. I can't remember the full name of it. You guys know in the comments, but there was a Mario game that was pretty much, it was Tetris. It was like, he was like a doctor though. It was like pills. I don't, you know, there was weird times in 80s.
Or they're worried that it can do long-term harm. In general, it's fair to say that for temperatures below 40 degrees Celsius or 104 Fahrenheit, fever is not dangerous and doesn't need to be treated. Of course, there are also patients that should not have fever, like pregnant women, seniors, and seriously weakened patients.
Okay.
For them, the extra stress may be dangerous. Fever over 40 degrees Celsius is dangerous to anybody because it's most likely caused by your internal heat monitor failing. Things get more complicated in serious disease territory. We also have evidence that for some diseases like influenza or chickenpox, anti-fever drugs do not help you to heal faster. But we're also running into ethics problems here that make clinical trials difficult. In one study, doctors gave strong anti-fever treatment to critical care patients, but had to stop after mortality shot up.
Oh, wow.
Overall, we have strong indications that more people may survive serious infectious diseases better with a fever. And there is very little clinical evidence that stopping fever leads to better health outcomes. But there are important exceptions like neurological injuries and stroke. We definitely need a lot more research. So should you fight fever? Well, speak to your doctor and don't listen to internet videos.
Ah, good point. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and still say I was right. He didn't cover the thing that I said, which was over time medicines do make viruses stronger that, you know, in people. So because that wasn't proven wrong, let's just both, and that means me, you, all 850 people. Guys, also, I do want to take a moment to say thank you for subscribing. And if anyone, if you know anyone who may be interested in these type of videos, make sure you share them. You know, make sure you comment down below. Make sure you hit that like button over there. Yeah, once again, thank you. 850 strong so far. Let's go ahead and push that on up. I'm only 150 away from getting monetized, guys. So, you know, pretty soon I could be like a full-time YouTuber, do more videos and stuff, you know, get a better editor, all that stuff. I'm looking at you, editor. You know, you could do better. And when I say that, I make fun of him because he is me. I am the editor, and, you know, that guy could be doing a way better job.
But this decision
if you ask me,
really about payoffs. If a fever is not dangerously high and you can bear it, you're supporting your defenses and may even get healthy a bit faster. But if you feel really bad and are healthy in general, taking a pill against pain and fever will make you feel better quicker at the cost of a slightly less effective immune defense. However you decide, the next time you're burning up and feeling bad, you can rest easy in the knowledge that your enemies are having a much worse time than you.
I guess my immunity enemies, or my viral enemy, whatever you want to say, it's the enemies of the, you know, viruses and colds and, you know, all that stuff. I guess I can feel better, but I already assumed that this was happening. I guess this is the better visual for it then. The visual metaphor of, hey, look, your cells are going to war with their weapons and they're doing all the, it's cool. I guess it is actually happening too. So it's not really like, I don't know, guys. This is interesting, but I did already assume this was happening in my body. This doesn't make me feel better. I guess that's what I'm really trying to say. This doesn't make me feel better about being sick. I still think being sick sucks. I guess having a cold now, you know, it's like, it's not going to make me feel better in the moment. If you got a cold right now and you're watching this video, let me know if this information helped you mentally get, you know, feel better about the cold that you have. Also, go to bed, you know, get some, you know, stay hydrated, you sick bastard.
It's thanks to doctors and researchers that we have
I don't know why I said that.
These insights. We're just doing our part by bringing them to you. If you are also aiming to make a positive difference in the world, where should you start? Today's sponsor, 80,000 Hours, can help you with that decision. 80,000 Hours is a non-profit career advice organization that wants to help.
Guys, do you guys want to get career advice? Oh my gosh, well, I got something for you. It is called 80,000 Hours. And it is brought to you by Kurzgesagt. They're going to help you with getting those 80,000 hours in your respective field.
Making sure their work is based on the best available evidence.
Best available evidence. They're going to give you the best available evidence after, you're going to try it for free.
Like us, they care a lot about making sure their work is based on the best available evidence.
Oh my gosh, they care so much. They're going to make sure that you get all the good stuff. Does good. Yes, it does. Why read this article? Well, guess what? The reason you should read it is because you got 80,000 hours in your career. That is a long time. Spend 1 or 2, maybe 2. That's an or. You might only spend 1 on this guide. It's going to help you work out to how to use the rest of that time. They believe that you might be able to find a career that is both satisfying and a greater impact on the world. All you got to do is read some articles, learn about your 80,000 hours, learn how you're spending that time, what makes a different, what makes for a dream job. Boom. How to spot the difference one person can make. Oh, look how great this
career path isn't your only.
Look at the difference one individual can make. Look at me, for example. I'm one person and I'm talking to you. I don't know where you are right now. You could be in America. You could be in freaking Indonesia for all I know. You could be somewhere in Europe. You could be in Africa right now. You could be in South America, watching this random video by me, one individual. And I guess that's changing something in your world because you're like, I never knew this guy. I love his content now instantly. I know some people may not, and they be like, oh, I don't like that content. You didn't make it this far into the video, so I'm clearly not talking to you. I would love for somebody to make it this far into the video and be like, man, I can't stand this guy.
The option to achieve that goal.
It has happened before, but it's not super often. This is a weird advertisement now. Okay, learn about their 80,000
If you want to make the most of it, join the newsletter now and get a free copy of their in-depth career guide sent to your inbox.
The in-depth career letter. Get out all the information. Go to Kurzgesagt.com. Go to 80,000hours.com /in a nutshell. The link will be in the description below. Guys, go to this to help you out. This is 80,000hours.org /in a nutshell. So make sure you check that out, guys. They make it, they're going to help you out with your career. And also, while you're online, you might as well just go ahead and pick up one of their shirts. Look at the merch they got. This is some really good merch here. Who else has some good merch? If you look at this hand right here, right now, if you look at my hand, there will be some merch showing if my editor put that in. Now, if you look at this hand, there's another piece of merch showing if my editor put it in. Now, one more time, if you look at both hands, there's going to be 2 pieces of merch right here in my hands, probably blocking my face, but it will be there. And it's going to show, it's going to be really cool. You're going to be like, oh man, I wish I can get that merch. You can. Go to the link down below. Also, if you want their merch, you can go to the link, the other link to their channel down below. And then you have to click on one more link to get there.
We'll show you what you need to do.
2 links.
First, the sock problem.
Look at his socks.
You've heard of it. One of your socks will always slip into another dimension at one point, never to be found again.
Yeah.
So we've solved this once and for all. A pair of 3 different socks. Lose one and still be fine.
Wow, they're selling socks 3 at a time. 3 at a time. And then let's say you don't even lose the 3rd sock. You just want to switch them up sometimes. People are like, oh man, weren't you just wearing the same socks? No, technically I'm wearing the same individual sock, but it's on a different foot now. And then I have another sock that also matches the pattern. Come on, guys. You're two socks ahead,
Now complete your future-proof outfit and put on this amazing shirt to show everyone that you embrace.
Get the shirt too. It's only, I think they only sell the shirts 1 a piece, but you buy 2, buy 3.
Face the digital revolution. Next, you should create an analog backup of your best ideas. Yeah. This tiny notebook is 100% AI proof and will keep.
Guys, use the notebook to write down information. You know, there is a notes app on your phone, but use this notebook.
Owl. You can lie on it, sleep under it, or wave it.
Whoa, that's actually pretty cool. Grab this. This is the universe. This is the 500 million light years worth of where we are. And guess where we are? We're right there. Now, that's, you know, a lot larger than we really are, but we're in that general area, guys.
So you won't get lost.
We're in that
or
cluster.
You can, you know,
we're in this galaxy cluster right here, guys.
Poster.
Also, they got posters. You know who else got posters? I got posters. Go ahead and right here, there's going to be a poster if I hadn't already put it before. Editor, you will have a job for yourself today. You got to make sure you're putting a poster in my hand right now. If you used a poster previously, you know, switch it out.
But beware, not everything is as it seems.
No.
Visit our shop and gear up. We recommend getting the entire survival kit just to be safe.
Oh, you can get everything, guys. You don't buy. You can buy these individually, or you could just buy the whole thing in one package. You probably even save some money.
Kurzgesagt.
So
the future of us to
great
really
stuff there,
know.
guys. With that being said, this was another incredible video. Make sure you check out the merch. Make sure you guys check out Kurzgesagt.com or Kurzgesagt, the YouTube channel. Link will be in the description below. I love this channel, man. They make such great content. You know, it's all so well packaged and easy to understand and like well put together. It's just, it gets better every time. I promise you. I love these videos. And I'm glad to be doing another more scientific video. If you guys have any recommendations for any other videos I should be doing, make sure you comment them down below. I'm thinking about making a playlist just for, like, you know, viewer recommendations. So if you guys like that idea, let me know. You know, I'm just shooting it out there. So let me get some feedback. This is caller response time. I'm calling. I need you to respond if you made it this far. And I know if you responded to this question, you made it this far and you're a real one. So as always, guys, I do want to say thank you. I love you. Bye.